I used to work for multinational, right? But then after that, I left the corporate and I went into national service. So when I was in national service, way back 2004, and that's where I saw our youth, the values, everything has. So then I started to volunteer at an NGO, yeah. But I didn't know that mental health was such a serious problem, yeah, until I went in. And it was just crazy. And then when I got the data from the Ministry of Health, because I work closely with the psychiatrist, and when I saw those numbers, 1.6 million, which I told you guys just now, in fact was a 2006 number. Now it's 2016. So can you imagine 20% have gone up? Yeah. So it's basically mental. And then it pushed me, instead of like, okay, not going to work anymore, be lady of leisure, I went back to school again. And then I took up a professional course to be a play therapist. From there, I started the work I'm doing. So that's why it's called creativity at heart. And you need to be creative. So if you are not creative, then you will not find the way out. That is important. Adults, especially teachers, parents, and like I said, that children see, children do. Those children that I'm seeing are really challenging. I mean, if I go to the school, they will give me the worst of the lots. The students will come in with the legs on the table, and you cannot tell them, hey, put your legs down. You just want to see how far they're going to stretch, right? And I respect you. Just I want to see how far you're going to stretch, and you decide to put your foot down. Many young people now left on their own, right? Do what you want. Parents are very busy. So that's the biggest challenge.
That's how the whole thing, we conceptualize the idea. And because we have the facility, meaning we also run an academy where we have students that we teach. But again, we did not reach out to the underprivileged. So before I started my career, in the family business, so I started going to the homes, talking to the people, and yes, we got a lot of feedback, because the kids themselves, like I mentioned earlier, after school, most of the time they go back. I think it's always up to the individual corporates or the individual people to make that change. So hence we named this Hope for Change. We wanted to change their lives. We wanted to use sports, as a tool to help them achieve something better. Like what we believe, when you learn sports, you learn the values of something, such as being responsible, even punctuality. If you come for training, you have to be on time. So we believe, if we can equip them with all these values, especially when they grow up and they enter the workforce, it's very easy for them to socialize. Meaning sports can truly unite people, that's what we truly believe. So, if we can be the platform to teach them all this, so, we believe, that hope for change, we call it, they will change. Well, the top line vision, like I said, of course we want to groom a national champion. But that being said, it's the tools that we want to teach them. How we want to take it further, of course, we've been working with corporate sponsors, we're working with academics, because we believe badminton is not just about the skills, it also, we need some mental coaching, to tell them. So in the past, we've worked with Lidenomics, of course they're quite reputable, so we've conducted certain workshops with the children, we came up with different kind of topics, I would say, so like it teaches them that, if you're given in a situation, you can always make best of the situation. So one example we did was that we give them certain tools, like cardboards, toothpicks, newspaper or something, and we just told them, imagine that you're stuck on an island, these are all the tools that you have. what would you do to survive? So some of them, they built houses, they built this. So at the end of the whole workshop, we told them, yes, you kids are from the underprivileged background, but again, there are so many people out there who's helping you, not just us, because all these underprivileged homes, they have a lot of other corporates that donate stuff for them, bring them out for movies, Children's Day or whatnot. So meaning at the end of the workshop is just to tell them that make the best of everything. The opportunity is there. Just do your best. So yes, meaning moving forward, of course, we have our own centers. Our real challenge is how do we bring the kids to come. Transportation is always the biggest problem. So that still remains a challenge, and we find ways to go around that.